Kia ora, bros and girls, welcome back to the channel. So we're back with the final map of this month's CAVALIER Event Quest, X-Men Prodigal Son. As we're going to take on this with this team, we have Doom, Torch, and Magneto. Torch and Magneto are really for the boss, and I figure Quake and Spider-Man will also be for the boss. I think Doom will do clearing of most of the map. So if you've had a bit of a look around already, you'll see that the map is all around mystic consumption. So pretty much anytime you get a prowess, you increase your special attack, or anytime you nullify a buff as well. So we're pretty much going to use Doom to clear the line, then we're going to meet back up at the boss. I'll see you there. Okay team, so we're back at the boss. We used Doom mostly to kind of clear that lane. I did use Warlock against Havoc, just because of his armor up. And here we are at the boss, who is Stryfe. He is a villain, he is metal, the nodes, it's got Power Thief, which basically steals your power. Then he's got Now You See Me, which means every 6 seconds you get a Folter debuff, and you're going to miss for 3 seconds. Performance Anxiety means after a special, you have a 15-second timer, and if you use another special while this is active, then you are inflicted with a glancing debuff for 8 seconds. Right, so basically you don't want to use a special twice in a row if you can do without. Now if we have a look at this guy's abilities, he has some charges. Whenever the opponent gains glances a basic attack, he has a 37% chance to activate his SP1 invisibility for 3 seconds. And whenever winning a fight converts 66% into persistent charges, so I don't know how that's going to work. Psionic Blast would work on medium, heavy, SP2. They deal energy damage, reduce the potency of incoming passive direct damage. He's got these charges, there's a max 20 of them. Unaffected by ability accuracy reduction, the charges, but cannot be gained while suffering from power lock, burn or drain. All attacks gain 90% attack rate, plus 90 attack rating. If he gets hit by a critical, he gains a charge. Each time you miss, he gets a charge. If he lands a heavy, he gets a charge. When struck at 5, he can consume 5 to make it glancing. If he hits into your block or unstoppable, he consumes 2 to remove that effect. His heavy attacks deal energy damage and gain 3 charges if he's invisible. The SP1 gives a non-stacking passive. After the attack ends, he goes invisible for 3 seconds. And you have a 100% chance to miss. This won't trigger if you are psychic shielding. And if he lands attack, blocks an attack, or the opponent activates a special attack, you can. His poison is revealed and invisibility is removed if he throws a special or does any of those things. The SP2 are Psionic Blast with energy damage, and the SP3 obviously we don't want to get to. So we're gonna try to go with Magneto, because he's got that psychic shielding, right? And this guy's metal, so we should be able to play around a lot of his issues. So Magneto's actually been really good for this quest, to be honest, for this whole month's quest. And so we're kind of going to use the same thing that we did for Morningstar, because Morningstar was an absolute annoyance, but now with our magnetized and our extreme ability accuracy reduction, it just makes it really makes Magneto really useful. So now I don't know what his SP2 looks like. Let's just get the SP1 out first. So it says cloaking failed, and I think he was gonna, and I had Folter on me as well, so I think he does cloak, but Magneto's magnetized kind of stops that. As you can see there, it says cloaked, but he doesn't get that. So now I want to build up my prowess to as many as I can, really. One more, and we'll throw that SP. And then because we're only going to throw the SP3s, so it's going to be another 15 seconds until we get there. He's got that critical bleed going, which is doing really, really well. You can see there, Magneto's just absolutely tearing this guy apart. The SP2 is interesting. We've got a little bit of it does probably do a fair amount of damage. We've got a little bit of protection because Magneto only loses 5% from a single source. The first bit is not that bad to evade, but I'm not so sure about the beam at the end. I'd have to see that again. But it's probably best to stick to just to the SP1. The SP1 looks pretty easy to evade. He kind of kicks, then he throws that ball, you evade that ball, and then he tries to go invisible. There you go, and he cloaks. Ah, man, we had a really good run there. Probably could have one-shot him, just kind of slipped up right at the end. So another option I'm going to use is Quake, because with Quake we don't have to, he doesn't have any power gain, I don't think. But it seems like he's got True Strike. It seems like you can't evade him, so maybe Quake is not the best idea. Well, in that case, let's go with Doom. So we're just going to go medium heavy. And this time you'll see the difference between kind of Magneto's ability accuracy reduction and Doom. And you can see there, he's got those glancing things on him. So now we're going to evade that, and you can see there that he gets cloaked. So we're going to just hit him. A little bit like how Invisible Woman works. So he's cloaked. We're going to hit, and then we're just going to rely on these kind of medium heavies. It's going to be a bit of a slow fight. Honestly, Magneto's probably a way better option against this guy. But Doom can take a few hits. But clearly not enough. So worst comes to worst, we're probably gonna get Magneto back. But let's see what else we have up our sleeve. We also have Human Torch, so let's try that. Now this guy does hit energy attacks, so it will actually kind of be very useful for Torch because he can lock up at 20 and then he's unlikely to miss, even if this guy is cloaked. So that's one benefit of having Human Torch on your team. If you can just kind of go to town and forget about this guy's invisibility and falter. Okay, we evaded that SP2 pretty well. And as you can see, Human Torch also kind of plays around this guy really, really well. So those are a few options that you can use. Magneto is really the best, but Human Torch is also another good option. Quake is definitely not. And Doom, you know, he's not terrible, but I wouldn't recommend him anyway. So hopefully this helped you out, guys. If it did, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with your team or your alliance. And we'll see you in some more videos later on. Ka kite ano, bros and girls.